not right. But like, you know, I guess when we talked about earlier, it doesn't seem like you know, like I said before, it's more like ignorance maybe, and it's not like I've ever seen, like maybe you've gone through like certain situations. I don't really see Vietnamese people be like or act different or you know, like be totally rude to other ethnicities. It's just more like
I mean,
the underlayer
I disagree
of it.
with that. I watch Vietnamese people be racist towards Chinese people. I watch Vietnamese people who will be
They hate
racist
the Chinese.
towards people from another province.
Chinese are terrible.
I watch Vietnamese people like white tax you. You get white taxed in Hanoi.
Yeah,
You get
foreigner
doubled.
tax. Yeah,
That's
Foreigner tax.
it's not
True.
doubled,
That's
but
complete
it's more.
blatant racism. Even when police show up, it's blatant racism. We always have to pay extra. We always have to pay this. We have to do this. We have to do that. It's blatant racism. We live with it because we like the corruption in front of our eyes.
Yeah, we love it. It's great.
Well, we love living here, you know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
At least it's fair. We see it in front of us.
Yeah.
But it is there. Like every time we have to register for our house as a foreigner living in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Register for the police. Register for this. About 5 years ago, it was illegal for a Vietnamese woman to be with a foreigner, right?
Really?
Really? How
How
long ago was
that?
this?
Maybe. It was part of the law.
So does in Laos.
Yeah, it was part of the
Supposedly
law.
in Laos. Yep.
Really?
Is that's racism written in law? It is. Blatant.
Well, I mean, Jim Crow. That's
Oh, right.
racism written into law.
Yeah,
Wasn't
true.
too long ago. Yeah.
Do
that
you
was-
think that when you're here, I mean, as a foreigner, as a Canadian, I don't really feel that kind of racism. I felt it more living here than anywhere else in the world. But you specifically, do you feel like you get like discriminated or
I look at
talked down to?
Vietnamese, I blend in.
Yeah, you do blend in, yeah.
So that's the good thing. I'm able to blend in.
Well, I
But
guess
they-
it works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't, right?
Oh yeah, no.
You get pulled over by police more.
In any other Asian country,
Yeah,
in
I
any
get
other
pulled over, but they usually just let me go once I speak English
That's true.
because they don't want to deal with that.
Have you ever noticed that, like in other Asian countries, like if I go to Thailand or Cambodia or Malaysia, they automatically assume like you coming home?
Oh yeah,
Or,
right.
like,
Yeah.
they automatically assume like, oh, are you from this ethnicity and are you coming home? In every Asian country I go to, they automatically assume that like my genetics is. It doesn't matter if it's Indonesia,
Oh, yeah.
Malaysia, Cambodia, even southern Vietnam. They think I'm coming home.
Wow.
Coming home or just visiting home.
Yeah, visiting home. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my ethnicity. Do you ever find that? Because you look very
Yeah,
Asian.
I know I
so
blend in.
racist.
Well, yeah, I mean, they kind of see what they want in those countries, like Central America, Central America and
But you look like you could be from
South
Central America as well.
or Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, as a you and me are like the two like kind of weird backgrounds kind of shit. But even myself, if I go to somewhere like South America or Latin America, I'm more accepted by my skin tone, by my name, by anything than I'm more accepted in somewhere like North America, my home. In my home,
yeah, for
I
sure.
need to assimilate to being this kind of one person. But in somewhere like the Latin Americas or even India or even Asia, everyone's pretty understanding of the culture and where it comes from. But only in the United States or only in North America, it's that.
Well, I mean, like I get treated differently in the summer. Have like a more of an olive skin tone sometimes in the winter when there's no sun. And then in the summer I just get hella brown
Yeah.
and like very dark. So I get treated differently. I get looked at differently. Like people give me different looks. So and they try to avoid eye contact or something.
I've had
I
it
could feel
happen
that a lot.
in the
but
U.S. Like being a
That's
Canadian.
just normal, bro. I
Being
mean,
a
it shouldn't be
Canadian-
normal, but that is a normal thing that.
Being a
You have to be
Canadian and
ready to
going
deal
to the
with.
U.S. has been like, there's been moments like I've had long hair. When I have long hair, I look like I'm in Bollywood. If it's the summer and I have a shaved head, I look kind of like Mexican or black. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
normally I would look more Arab Indian, but if I go to the States, automatically they assume we're not from there.
Nah,
And as a Canadian, and I know you've gone through that as well, right? Because you don't look typically white as well.
No.
So as soon as we cross the border, it is that like, oh, what are you guys doing here? What are you here for? Why are you here for? Like they like write a record of what you look like, and I only notice that when I go to the U.S.
But-
Like it.
I gotta say this though. It depends on what areas and what
yeah,
cities you're in.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause motherfucker, where I'm from, they see your ass, bitch. We just gonna go hang out, bitch, smoke and eat some curry chicken and
Yeah, they don't-
jerk chicken, ribs. Bitch, we just be chilling. That's how it is though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
but
Like South Florida, like one
different
big-
states,
Yeah,
like different
Yeah,
countries.
like in Alabama now or some craziness like that. Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee. Tennessee, yeah. Walking into Tennessee with like three.
I don't think walking to Tennessee
Me,
looking like that.
walking into
With a
Tennessee with
bag-
myself.
with a jersey and a baseball cap and
A
Nike.
small little black guy, a big fat like 300-pound black guy, and a big tall white guy. And walking into Tennessee at a restaurant and opening the door and just being like, oh, you don't belong there. Everyone's like, oh, what are you doing here? You don't belong here. And we looked at each other, and it's the first time I ever felt like, oh shit, let's go eat at the truck stop.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. It's like open the diner, the bell rings. It's this like long diner in Tennessee,
Yeah.
and they literally look at us like we don't belong there.
Yeah.
And I remember that moment in life, and I was like, whoa.
That happened.
That happened to me at a
Yeah, out of
reservation.
a movie. Out of a movie.
That happened to me at an Indian reservation. Same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
on a trip and
Well, that's understandable.
Yeah.
no, dude, I was on this. It was this class that we took. We went to like study about the Native American research class, and all my buddies were out partying and walking around. And I walked in this one bar. There's like all these little bar places, and I opened the door and I walk in. It's like the illness goes from all the fucking Native Americans look at me like, what's the white boy doing here? It's like, oh, looking for my friends. They go, you're not here. I'm like, all right. Yeah, that was a bit weird. Those places are screwed up, man. The Native. I mean, we all know with the reservations, it's just full of
I mean,
alcoholics.
if I go to a reservation in Canada, they
Yeah.
think I'm Indian.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
think I'm native.
Wow.
Like for the longest time, I thought I was getting free gas because I look brown. You know, I really did. I really, really thought I was getting free gas. The gas was really cheap. Hagersville.
Okay.
But do you think, as being a white guy,
Oh yeah. Okay.
you're a white guy, and like, do you think you get better opportunities or lesser opportunities being here?
I think definitely better opportunity. I mean, I would, yeah, for sure. But it's like, but being older, it's harder too, though. They look at you and they're like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
you're
that's
old,"
true.
you know.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
They
too.
don't want to hire older
No, they
people
don't
as
want to
well.
hire older people. Exactly. That's just tough here.
How do
Unless
you-
if you're teaching, like.
But that's the
a
question. How can
professor-
you be a teacher
like a
if you don't have any
professor.
experience?
Oh, exactly. Thank you. I know.
Well, let's be honest. They don't care about that.
They
They,
don't
care
care
about
about
making
that.
money.
They don't. But the thing is that here, the funniest thing. Okay, the thing about me in teaching, I actually studied education. So when I came here to be a teacher, I met everyone in the bar, dude, and tried first fucking roll in, and I mean everyone in the bar, like all my boys, you know, like everyone I would hang out with back home. Everyone's a fucking teacher, and I'm like, dude, you guys are not teachers. I'm like, you don't understand. I hated that shit. I sat in those teaching classes in Chico State, and I hated it. I have the people there. Nobody liked me because I was like the odd one out. I was out partying all the time, you know. And they're like, I'm the odd one out. They're all like ready to get their families going, and we're the teachers, you know. And I'm just like, fuck, what am I? Why did I go into this career, you know? And then when I moved to Asia, it was like a whole different thing. But here, it's like everyone, you know.
I mean, I fell into the teaching shit.
What else are you
right?
gonna do?
I mean, I came here
Well,
as a
here,
traveler.
That's the problem.
I came in here as a traveler, and I didn't realize how easy it was to become a teacher.
Yeah.
Because I spoke perfect English.
Exactly.
Even though I got a lot of racism versus my other friends, I still thought it was quite easy for me to get a job.
The thing about it, this is what I gotta say, is like when I started teaching, right, and I was working in one school and in Thailand, and I was like, and my grammar wasn't great, but I wasn't bad. I was like, okay, I had my issues, but I learned it, and I studied it. A lot of the people I work with, their grammar was awful, dude. It was like they're just basic little rules they didn't understand, little things.
Welcome to North Americans.
But
North
isn't
Americans
that crazy?
have terrible fucking grammar.
But isn't that crazy?
They can't even speak proper English.
But you can't get a teaching job. You can't get an English teaching job, dude, if you don't. It's like these people come here and they're just like blah blah blah, right off the fucking. And a lot of them think, I'm not a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. All I can do to hang out here and drink beer and screw girls and stuff. It's like,
well, that's what
attracts
some.
A lot of people, dude. A lot of
teach like 6 hours, 7 hours a week, and just get drunk and.
I didn't realize that I was going to be such a good teacher. Do you think I thought that I would end up liking this job? Now I teach high school, IELTS high school. I'm the coolest kid on campus.
Exactly.
I'm like, what up, gangsters? Oh, ladies, you look so grown up. Homies. And I'm the coolest kid on campus. Yeah. And I've learned that skill as being a teacher.
Yeah.
And black.
I like cover teaching because I get tired of the drama.
But they like it because it's like the hip hop culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
That's one thing I noticed about this Vietnamese, bro. They love that hip hop.
Yeah, but that's part of the teaching, right? The part of the teaching is that we're giving them this kind of culture, right?
Yeah.
We're not just teaching them English. We're teaching them culture, vibe, coolness. I'm always looking at their music. I'm like, yo, what are you listening to?
Yeah.
Show me. Is this pop? What is this?
Yeah.
What is this trap nonsense you're telling me about? How do you describe trap to me? Count that beat.
You describe trap as last stop.
But but they do. They try to explain it. It's getting on the level with the kids. Yeah. And it's not even about teaching English. It's about teaching culture.
Well, being a teacher. Being a teacher
and being one-on-one, that's cool to them. You're asking them.
And caring,
When I show them shit about me, sometimes we're talking about charities and what they can do. In my own life experience, I have that shit. So I can actually bring up stuff on the computer and YouTube and the news and stuff. So little things to inspire them, it actually works. But it's not necessarily teaching them. It's kind of trying to inspire them.
Inspiring. That's what a teacher's about, though. Teaching's about inspiring.
But when we get racism, we get all these people, the administration that tells you, no, home slice, you're a Negro.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, Chinese, Indian. Yeah. If your language skill isn't at that, even your color or your language skill. Yeah. They can determine what they pay you or what.
It's true.
So,
yeah, that's true.
And they have more power over it than we do. So, and I'm telling you, as a Canadian Trinidadian guy, a brown guy, where everyone thinks I'm Indian. And I look at them, I'm like, are you Chinese?
Trust me, I get that shit all the time. They get
so angry. They don't understand history. I have to go through history lessons.
I've never been called an Indian in my whole life.
I've been called an Indian here too. I've been called an Indian here too.
Back home, they think I'm Spanish.
Yeah.
But I'm mixed. Like I said, I'm on the white Bahamian, and my dad's a black American. So I'm just a mix. You know what I mean?
In Canada, we're not even Indian. They can't even consider us Indians. The Indians can't even consider me Indians. They're they look down on us.
But I can see that though.
For being Caribbeaners. We're looked down on for being and I know
look Mexican. Shit, when I first met you, I thought you was Mexican.
Yeah.
I knew you were Filipino.
Real shit.
I knew you were Filipino.
Yeah.
Right off the bat.
Hell, I thought Paul was Jewish.
Yeah, I actually always thought.
Jewish. Remember that? Yeah, I was like, damn, for real. I was like, damn, I thought you were Jewish all the time.
I always saw Paul as that Jew girl.
I get Jewish. Yeah.
Like I said, everyone thought you were my cousin.
Fine.
Yeah, I didn't even know who the fuck they were talking about.
Nobody even knew who you were. Yeah. And they were all making jokes like, yo, your cousin's here. Your cousin's here. Like, you guys would know my cousin.
shit.
But we are cousins.
But also, my cousin would look like you.
Yeah.
My first cousin would look like him. My first cousin would maybe look like him. But yeah, we're all like kind of mixed.
Yeah,
that's
it's true. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But if you work in the rest of the world, they don't even notice that shit. They don't.
No,
Like, they wanna.
no,
they wanna
they
put
don't
you in
notice.
this like
Well,
code where you're this, you're this, you're this. Are you
Yep.
Pacific Islander?
That's
Are
it.
you this? Are you Indian? Like it's like, but
Yeah.
I come from the whole generation of this world, right? My genetics have been around for centuries.
Yeah.
What are we? What are we?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know my friends that the Harpers, dude. I didn't know they were Jewish. They were telling me they're like, yeah, because their mom was Jewish and their dad was black, so they were half. And they were like, honestly, the Harpers, the Ben Harper, Ben.
What is Jewish
But
though?
they're the only black, like the only like African Americans in the aren't hardly
Is
they were
Jewish a culture?
Jewish.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
They are the people with,
What?
you know,
Is Jewish a
they
culture?
didn't have their own
I would say
place.
that.
They wandered in the desert in the book,
Wandered,
read
yeah,
the Bible, right?
exactly, yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
and
Okay, what's your religious background?
I'm
What's your
Hey!
religious background?
Jewish. Yeah.
You're.
I'm a
you're
Jew. I'm a
Jewish.
Jew, yeah.
What's your
My mom.
religious background?
I was raised Roman Catholic.
I was
same
raised
here, same here.
Roman Catholic. I was raised as a Muslim, Caribbean Muslim.
Wow.
So yeah, very very like different.
Whoa, that's weird. You got a Jew and a Muslim on the same show here.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, dude.
What the fuck?
No, but I never got a bar mitzvah, guys. I never went. I
We got
never
fucking
went to
German
school.
over here.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in trouble, man.
But like, I went to a Muslim
It happened,
school.
dog. It's 2023.
Homie, I went to a Muslim school in Trinidad. Like, my uncle, who's like a religious leader, my dad's brother, his kids went to a Presbyterian, a Christian school. My sister went to a convent. Like, we're religious and shit, but we're all like...
10 years ago, 10 years ago I was going to Israel, dude. And I had Malaysia on my passport because I live in the south of Thailand. And they're like, what are you doing in Malaysia? I go there on visa runs. They're like, to me, it's no big deal.
It
And
was
then they're like,
Israel.
oh yeah, they're hardcore in Israel, man. They check everything, dude. They checked all my stuff, like everything I had. It was crazy.
Yeah.
They're very.
Well, that is blatant racism right there, where like certain nationalities can't get into certain countries.
Right,
And they really
exactly.
can't get into Malaysia.
It's true. It's right.
Or Indonesia.
They can go to Thailand though. I met
go
a
to Thailand,
lot of my
yes.
Israeli cousins that
I have a lot of Israeli friends that go to Thailand, but they can't get into Malaysia.
Israel was
or
rad, dude.
Indonesia.
They can come to Vietnam.
They can come to Vietnam.
I went to the Wailing Wall. I did all that. I went to Jerusalem. Whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I would love to go to Israel.
It was rad with my family and my sister and my mom. There was the cousins because all my cousins, But it's weird for me because I'm an uncle and it's like when I talk to my nephews, it says to me it weirds me out. I'm like,
I think we're all quarter Jew.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that we're all quarter Jews?
No.
I don't know, man.
I think everybody's a quarter
God.
Jew.
They say we've taken over, right?
Should we bring it back and then close it out?
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Because we're just off.
This is good though.
a completely
Alright, that's
different-
cool.
Different realm.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's
Well,
good.
we'll see. When I watch it, we'll see how it looks. All right, let's go with the last question and let's wrap this motherfucker up. What do you think for the future? You think things are going to be getting better with, racism? They're going to be okay? Because there's still a lot of places that I know people of other ethnicities are, getting jobs and working. What do you think? On trend to go less racist in the future of Vietnam?
I think in the Western world, the racism might be like a little bit lesser because everyone's so mixed nowadays. But there is such.
I think it depends on where you are there.
But there is such a thing. I do believe that there is such thing as like rich privilege. Rich white privilege. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I do believe that it's there.
I agree.
But I think in Asia, absolutely in Asia, racism is like deteriorated compared to like 9 years ago. It is like
No,
I
it's-
see
I agree,
more
it's getting
colored
better.
people on Asian TV. I don't know about Asian women. Maybe it's something else, but they all like darker skinned guys. I remember 9 years ago, I was not someone who was liked. I thought they thought I was dirty and whatever. All of our dark skinned guys. And I remember within the last like maybe 4 years ago, that started to change. It really started to change. So I don't know if it's a culture thing. I don't know if it's a media thing, a social media thing.
I think it's also a social media thing. Maybe like it's a few things. Maybe social media. Also, the fact that Vietnam's being open more to the world.
Yeah.
And there's more and more foreigners living here. More and more stuff.
But
Like more and more people
are
coming.
always going to like their genetic opposites. Everyone's going to like their genetic opposites.
Grass is always greener, right?
No,
on the
but
other
we're
side.
always going to produce the best offspring. And it's something in our genetic code.
They say
to
mixed,
know
yeah.
That we're always going to have better genetic codes, better DNA, better children, smarter children. And it is something that is in our code, in who we are. So, like, yeah, I think people will mix up. I think the whole world will be beige.
Eventually, right?
Well,
What's
I
that,
mean-
Russell Peters?
That's Russell Peters.
Yeah, eventually we're all just going to be beige.
Everyone's going to be beige.
You're all going to look
In-
Filipino.
In the
and
past, we
then-
were all beige, right? In the past, we were all Asian, black, and brown, right?
Right.
In the future, we're all
And
going
then
to
there'll
be
be no
like
racism,
beige.
right? You can't hate. Everybody's the same.
Well, as it
But is
As
that
the
good
world
though as
gets
well?
hotter,
You know?
it's better to have darker
It's always
skin.
different.
As the world
It's true.
gets hotter,
Yes,
it's better to
yes.
have darker skin.
That's true.
Well, it's
That's
better to
right.
have different genetic DNA to have
It's better for the
children
sun. It's
over,
better for the
over
sun.
generations. Like, we really need to have that kind of shit. Because if you don't think about it, like, we're just going to be inbred by the end of it. Like, all of us. Like, majority of us, like, we have those same genetic codes. That's why we've lasted fucking centuries now. We've lasted centuries with our genetic codes. That's why you look the way you do. That's why I look the way I do. That's why he looks the way he does. Our genetic code is always like, we are survival of the fittest. We are survival of the fittest. And it's our genetic code that's going to like procreate into the next genetic code. What are we going to look
The
like?
replacement theory.
Look at our races now. Our races are we ethnically Chinese? Are we ethnically Indian? Now we're from North America or England, and everyone's like mixed and stuff. We're imperial. We have 300-400 years of imperialism and mixed culture. What's going to be the next 300 years?
All right, so yeah, so, you know, I believe that, you know, it's getting better and, you know, hopefully there'll be a time where we don't have to talk about this or this isn't a thing. So, what do you guys think?
What was the question?
That, you know, that racism is getting better and it's gonna be easier for you to get a job in the future, Niam. Do you think so?
No. I don't think so. I think it's still there. I think there's over white privilege. Googled.
Dude, he changed it.
I don't believe it's gonna change. I think we want it to change. It is getting better, but realistically, I don't think it's changing. I think we hire people
I think
based on
it's-
their color rather than their skills or what they can do.
Well, they're definitely opening up to like brown skinned folks more. So brown and black, I think,
Now,
especially because of the rise of hip hop culture.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you know, that's a good point. Maybe that's something to do with it. So, yeah, so, you know, I just felt that it was a good segment to talk about because it is something that is here. And it's good to, like, you know, just talk about these kinds of things. And in the future, you know, hopefully it'll be better. Like, Vietnamese parents, you watching, trust me, you'd rather have a black guy that speaks perfect English
or speaks 4 languages.
or speaks 4 languages, super intelligent, over another guy who's maybe doesn't even have any experience but is white and is their second language is English. Trust me, you're better off that way. Skin color shouldn't matter.
Skin color shouldn't matter.
Yep.
All right, boys. 3 the Hard Way Hanoi.
Read the hard way.
Check out.
Yeah, check out some more independent music. Peace.
No doubt. It's 3 the hard way. 3 the hard way.
Bye.